You won't believe why they're outraged. There's no question that comedy is highly subjective, and what makes one person laugh may offend another. Jerry Seinfeld, who's known for his over-the-line performances, faced backlash from the PC culture mobs after telling one of his infamous jokes. These people argue that he crossed all boundaries, but before I go on with the video, watch the segment that started it all.
Comedy is, I do think, is supposed to push towards the lines of the medium. There are more people now who will let you know if they think you went over the line than ever before.
Don't I know it?
I mean, you have to feel the same way about comedy.
Yeah, but they keep moving the lines in for no reason.
Right.
I do this joke about the way people need to justify their cell phone. I need to have it with me because people are so important.
Right.
You know, I said, well, they don't seem very important the way you scroll through them like a gay French king. Well,
that's very offensive to the gay French king.
Well, I did this line recently in front of an audience, and comedy's where you can kind of feel like an opinion. And they thought, what do you mean gay? What are you talking about gay? What are you saying gay? What are you doing? What do you mean, you know?
That is completely correct. Political correctness has reached the level of becoming a limiting force in comedy because it continually shifts the boundaries of what is considered acceptable to joke about. Jokes that were once considered harmless or even progressive may now be viewed as offensive as cultural insensitivities evolve. This creates an environment where comedians have to constantly adjust their material to avoid backlash, limiting their creative freedom. By the way, make sure to subscribe for more discussions just like this. Historically speaking, comedy has always thrived on pushing societal norms, challenging taboos, and using humor as a way to explore uncomfortable truths. That's why a lot of comedians are voicing their criticism against this censorship. Even Steve Harvey joined the crowd lately, saying, "If I had tried to continue as a stand-up, there's no way I could maintain it because political correctness has killed comedy, has killed it." Adding, "Every joke now, it hurts somebody's feelings. What people don't understand about comedians is that a joke has to be about something. It has to be about somebody." However, the great backlash against Jerry was massive. Watch one of the reactions to his joke in the next clip.
Apparently, Jerry Seinfeld, your best friend.
I heard he has the gay French. You finally did the gay French king joke.
Oh my God.
And I'm operating my phone like a gay French king. Why won't they laugh at my gay French king reference? It was.
Well, I think that's what it is. It's just, old guy pissed off that the world is, like he's no longer centered in the universe.
Or this joke isn't that funny. It's just not that funny.
Right. He can't see that.
People are gay now. And that this is not, people no longer think of gay people as flamboyant.
Right, exactly. It's not like, when people and French kings are not at Versailles anymore with cell phones.
And he's saying gay French king because he knows he can't say, and he's operating his phone like some gay guy.
Right, exactly.
Right? He's got to say, he can't say, and this is what steams him. If he can't say that gay guys are a little fruity, if he can't do their little fruity bits anymore, I'm not going out to the clubs. No, thank you.
This is a political where my free speech is being completely disregarded.
I missed the memo on who appointed Sam Cedar and Andy Kindler as the ultimate comedy judges. It's one thing to say I didn't find the joke funny and end it there, but these people often try to delegitimize Seinfeld's entire comedic approach, claiming it lacks substance or progressiveness. They've called him unfunny or accused him of being out of touch because he doesn't reflect their view of what comedy should be. This kind of criticism is not just about different tastes, it's about enforcing a narrow definition of humor that excludes diverse perspective. Another point is the PC Mob's main argument is defending marginalized groups against the jokes of the evil oppressor, but what's unclear to me is who gets to decide which group is marginalized and which is not. Is it based on current social trends or some other criteria, and does that mean that we can joke solely against non-marginalized groups? But as the witty and comedic genius he is, Seinfeld always manages to come back against such criticism. Watch how he responded in another interview where a reporter thought he was putting the man on the spot.
I have noticed that most of the guests are mostly white males of 22 episodes.
Yeah, let's get into that.
No, but you
take a look over here, Peter. What do you see? A lot of whiteys. What's going on here? Oh, this really pisses me off. But go ahead. Really pisses me off. People think it's the census or something. I mean, this has got to represent the actual pie chart of America. Who cares? It's just funny. Funny is the is the world that I live in. You're funny, I'm interested. You're not funny, I'm not interested. And I have no interest in gender or race or anything like that, but everyone else is kind of with their little calculating, is this the exact right mix? You know, I think that's, to me, it's anti-comedy.
I love how he put the matter to rest in just seconds. It's miserable how the woke culture tries to make everything in life about inclusivity, trying to paint an unfair and sometimes fake picture that doesn't correspond to reality. Jerry's response highlights a fundamental issue with attempts to enforce diversity in such a prescriptive manner. It risks undermining the creative freedom that is crucial to artistic expression, because his show is all about getting comedians on it and is not forcing to meet diversity quota. He successfully called out the absurdity of imposing the one-size-fits-all standard on entertainment, which often leads to superficial changes rather than meaningful inclusivity. I think we should also acknowledge that the cameraman is the real OG here, because he proved the reporter's hypocrisy since he wasn't practicing the very thing he was preaching. To wrap things up, I'll show you a really important conversation between Ricky Gervais, Jerry Seinfeld, and Ron Bennington. Watch how they define comedy next.
Comedy is its own thing. Comedy is, it's like gold. And when you're mining, when you find it, it's gold. Nobody cares what rock it was in or how it was found or what it relates to, or it's just gold. So if something's funny, it's funny. There's no need to define, explain, or justify it.
Well, there is, because in the present day and age, we have to completely justify it.
Why?
Because, well, just because it's not good enough, and I've never thought it was good enough. Well, I'm torn. I think it should be good enough to say I was joking. But we don't tell certain jokes because we know they're, in inverted commas, wrong.
Always. We've always done that. From the court jester had to do that. The court jester could make a little fun of the palace, but not too much, and not the wrong thing.
About the right things.
Yes.
Like, you know, he would make fun of, oh, this guy's too powerful, or look how, you know, he could crush us all, and that guy would be laughing.
As long as the king's laughing, it's okay.
I think comedy should never be tied to how a select vocal group reacts to it, because doing so undermines the very purpose of humor. It's always served us a mirror to society, allowing us to laugh at our own absurdities, hypocrisies, and flaws. If this form of art is reduced to pleasing everyone, particularly the loudest and angriest people, it loses the edge and impact. Simply put, humor is the unique ability to expose uncomfortable truths and highlight the contradictions in human behavior. When comedians are free to tackle controversial or sensitive topics, they provide audiences with an opportunity to laugh at the absurdities of life's challenges, awkward moments, and social norms. In other terms, if every joke must cater to the most sensitive ears, then comedy risks becoming sanitized, bland, and stripped of its power. The context in which a joke is told is also crucial. A joke that on the surface may seem offensive could carry a deeper meaning or critique that challenges the status quo. When we take jokes out of context or judge them by immediate reactions, the vocal minorities, we miss the opportunity to engage with the material thoughtfully. But that's just my 2 cents on it. What are your thoughts? Do you think we'll ever get back to the type of comedy that we had before the rise of the PC mob? Let's get the conversation rolling in the comments down below.